Someone once said a powerful line. Every hit that feels painful today is preparing you for something better tomorrow. Hello friends. My name is Sam, and I welcome you to my YouTube channel, English as Fluent, and here you can practice of your English listening. In our entire life, we all admire successful people, great creators, powerful business leaders, famous athletes, talented artists. We look at their achievements and feel inspired. But most of the time, we only see the result. We see their success, their confidence, their respect. What we do not see is their struggle. We do not see the sleepless nights. We do not see the self-doubt. We do not see the pain they went through. We see their glory, but we don't see their story. These words carry deep meaning. And today, the story I am about to tell you will help you understand this truth clearly. It is a story about pain and patience. A story about choice and consequence. A story that shows how a little struggle can turn an ordinary life into something extraordinary. So let us begin. Many years ago, there lived a young sculptor in a small village. He was not rich. He was not famous. But he had something powerful inside him. A dream. Every day, he worked with stone. He held a hammer in one hand and a chisel in the other. His hands were rough. His clothes were dusty. But his eyes were full of passion. His only dream was to create something divine. He wanted to turn a lifeless stone into a form that could inspire people. He believed that even the hardest stone could hide great beauty inside. One early morning, the sculptor decided to walk deep into a quiet forest. He believed that nature held the best stones. The forest was silent. Tall trees stood like guards. Dry leaves covered the ground. Even the sound of his footsteps felt loud. After walking for a long time, he saw a huge, strong rock lying peacefully. It looked powerful, untouched, perfect. The sculptor stopped and looked at it carefully. He placed his hand on the stone and thought, "This stone has potential. I can create something beautiful from it." He placed his bag on the ground. He took a deep breath. He lifted his hammer, and he struck the stone. Suddenly, something unexpected happened. A painful cry came from the rock. "Stop! Please stop! Do not hit me. It hurts too much." The sculptor stepped back in shock. His heart started beating fast. He looked at the stone again. The strike had made only a small mark, like a tiny wound. The stone cried again, "I cannot bear this pain. Please leave me alone." The sculptor felt confused and sad. He believed that creation required cooperation. He thought, a statue cannot be made with force and fear. With a heavy heart, he picked up his bag and walked away. Dash. A little further into the forest, he noticed another stone. This stone looked ordinary, not very shiny, not very smooth, but something about it felt strong. The sculptor stopped again. He lifted his hammer and struck the stone. Pain passed through the stone. But this time, there was no cry, no complaint, only silence. The sculptor struck again, and again, and again. The blows were hard. Pieces of stone fell to the ground. The surface became rough and uneven. The stone felt pain, deep pain, but it stayed silent. Inside, it believed something important. This pain will not last forever. But what I become after this pain may last for a lifetime. Hours passed. The sun moved across the sky. The sculptor continued working with focus and patience. He cut. He shaped. He refined. The stone was broken many times. But with every strike, a clearer form appeared. By nightfall, something magical had happened. A breathtaking statue stood before him. It looked divine, peaceful, powerful. It felt as if a god lived inside the stone. The sculptor looked at his creation with tired eyes and a peaceful smile. He knew his work was complete. He returned to his village. A few days later, news spread across the village. A grand temple had been built. But there was one problem. The temple needed an idol. The villagers were worried. They did not know where to find a divine statue. The sculptor stepped forward and smiled gently. He said, "Do not worry. I have created an idol worthy of this temple. It is in the forest. Bring it with respect." The villagers went with music and celebration. They brought the statue carefully. They placed it at the heart of the temple. People bowed their heads. They offered flowers. They felt peace. Then someone said, "We also need a strong stone at the entrance to break coconuts." The sculptor remembered the first stone, the stone that refused pain. He guided them. The villagers dragged that stone from the forest and placed it outside the temple. Now the scene was powerful. Inside the temple, people bathed the statue in milk. They decorated it with flowers. They prayed with devotion. Outside the temple, people smashed coconuts on the other stone again and again. Every day. One silent night, when the village was asleep, the outside stone spoke with sadness. "You are so lucky. People respect you. They worship you. They treat you like a god. Look at me. I am hit every day. I feel pain again and again." The statue replied softly, "My friend, remember our beginning. We came from the same forest. We were both stones. But when the sculptor struck us, you ran away from pain, and I accepted it. You avoided a few moments of discomfort. Now you suffer every day. I accepted temporary pain, and now my purpose gives me honor." My friends, this story is not about stones. It is about life. It is about choices. It is about how you respond to difficulty. Pain is not your enemy. Avoiding pain is. Struggle shapes character. Discomfort builds strength. So when life hits you, remember this story. Stay firm. Stay patient. Because life is shaping you into something meaningful. If this story inspired you, apply it in your life. Subscribe to the channel, English as Fluent, for more powerful stories. And comment, never give up.